When we last left off, our intrepid heroes had finished their business at Autumn Star Manor, looted it for what little was left there, and began the lengthy trek across the plains towards where the White Princess is buried. Or at least resting in repose, as it might turn out. On the way, the party encountered a group of centaurs being assaulted by the Carrion Maw Ogre tribe, who were no doubt going to make short work of the poor tars until the party heroically intervened and utterly annihilated the poor ogres. It was really just not pretty at the end there. Especially once the other centaurs showed up and started just lancing the big ogre brood over and over again. And yes, you did in fact save the precious baby centaur. Her name is Raleigh, and she is a little sorceress.
It was going to be a one-sided slaughter, but little did the ogres know their side was the one that was going to be slaughtered.
So,
That's entirely accurate to how things played out.
yep.
See, the thing is, we could have just told them to fuck off, but the fact that they shot a kid with a goddamn ballista and we're gonna eat them, that's like, no, just no.
We have to get to live, active child eaters now before we can justify not diplomatizing.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The thing is, they are trying to mimic their undead overlord, which we know they eat flesh.
Yes, so they were going to eat the centaurs.
Yeah, but the thing is, they only eat dead. Like, they don't actively hunt the living. They're trying to be like, have a society where they can, coexist. Now, they don't actively hunt the living. They do animals. If some sentient dies, well, that's just meat then, but they don't hunt it. These fuckers, on the other hand, actively hunt the centaurs, actively hunt sentient, sapient being like that.
Yeah, they're pretty bad, pretty awful.
Yeah, see, that's why I can't deal with it. If they weren't, actively hunting intelligent feeling people just to eat them, that would have been another thing. Oh, they were made in a land. You could have just told them to fuck off. Like, we have proof that you have been actively doing horrible shit that nobody wants to be a goddamn neighbor, and this reflects poorly upon your fucking mastership, which you're apparently trying to emulate. So not only are you on a fucking diplomatic level fucking up the reputation, you are fucking up all the chances for a peaceful fucking cooperation of coexistence. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
It was good. It was a good talk.
So, indeed, the party recovered some necklaces from centaurs who were not lucky enough to have escaped the ogre's clutches.
Very sad.
And spent an evening in the hunting camp with Varric Stormreaver, the chieftain of the tribe whose daughter you saved, who seemed quite taken with big teddy bear Ursula.
I mean, who wouldn't?
It's true. It's true. Everyone loves Ursula. Even Lord Winter. Yeah, he gave you the lowdown on what's been going on in this part of the valley, and you asked him to deliver a letter to the head of the big ol' harpy tribe living in the mountains here, a lady named Zenoa. So, in payment for his daughter's life, he is off to deliver your mail, and the party has made their way towards the standing stones. And I believe last time we ended just as you arrived.
I'll have to take your word on that. I don't remember. I had to get up several times last session, so I don't remember fucking anything.
I think it was like we were about to get there, but we ended just before.
We ended just as the party was, doing the arriving part of the journey phase, and so the party arrives at the edge of this section of the forest, and immediately you can see that there are a number of old standing stones at the border of the woods, leading on up towards the mountains in almost a column-like procession. But there is a terminus down here, and you see the unmistakable shape of a druid circle up on a small hill, just perhaps 100 yards up. The trees thin out near here, leaving the circle half submerged in the forest and half out on the plains. The outermost stones provide decent enough cover as you make your approach, but you see nothing moving within the circle, no sign of activity at all, save the faint rustle of the trees in the wind. What would you like to do?
Yes. Would actually become very more careful because, well, we've been close to we've been in the other woods in the areas. We've been in this woods, we've been in this woods, and comparatively, this thing is fucking dead.
Yep.
In terms of, you said your wording was nothing.
Yeah, you see no activity. In fact, you hear no animals either, which, at least for Ursula especially, is probably the most disconcerting thing.
Yeah.
As opposed to walk with, magic sword out, I'm gonna pull out the old Starwood staff, just so that I've got something a little bit more elfy to hand as we approach.
More naturey.
Yeah.
Oh man, if the fucking air quote troglodyte saw it with that thing, Jesus Christ.
Well, they can, get in fucking line. Maybe when they've grown their own Starwood, they can.
Well, we sort of cheated.
Of course we did.
Got,
they ain't fucking tried at all. I ain't seen no troglodytes trying to make a Starwood tree.
You do need a seed for that.
Yeah.
Those are kind of hard to come by.
Sucks to suck. After all we have done, I would be, pretty pissed if someone said I didn't have the right to walk around with this thing.
Well, yeah, that's from a different one, but in general, the whole Starwood thing, come on, we...
Look, they just hate us because they ain't us.
Look, if we ever meet those trogs again, I would like to have a conversation with at least one of them about those the things and effects they have on elves.
Okay.
Of course.
Here's the thing, though. Please don't try to get them into your harem.
Oh, no! Forbid that. I have more than enough on my hands already.
Yes, I know. We don't need you to. I know we don't need you to have 1,200-year-old god elves in your harem.
Especially because I don't know how dealing with the fairy queen is going to end, and also the harpy matron on the island is going to end. I don't know how that's going to go, but something will happen one way or another, probably.
Oh, yeah. Fix your health and shit as well, because it's been time since the fight.
I miss having Faunra's health. I don't like having 91. I like Faunra's amount of health.
Do you want Ursula's instead?
Probably. I'm sure yours is mighty. Your health bar is thick.
Don't forget the Tempe hit points.
Why do we
Yep.
have
Nahia got
9
her.
gains? Okay, 9? Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I choose...
That puts me up to exactly 100.
Sorry,
1, 2,
Ursula,
3,
you are
4.
the tankiest one out of the others.
Remember,
don't
I
worry.
don't need
I
it.
have my own.
Oh,
from
right,
the
yeah, you
shield,
don't
remember?
need it.
Yeah, I can get myself 10.
Well, you might as well have it
Oh,
anyway.
hang
You
on a
can start
minute.
with mine.
Be right back. Getting a phone call.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
Did we
Yes.
spend the night?
You did have a long
Mhm.
rest.
I hadn't updated my fighting spiritus, so I...
yeah. Everyone. Blep can also max and get. What is it?
You should give those 9 temp
Yeah,
HP to
max out.
August. Yeah.
He's on the list.
Yeah. Gaius is on the list.
Yeah, you have a character with you named Gaius. Look, it says right there on his character sheet
Yeah.
token.
I know. Oh.
Fuck it, let's just approach.
Yeah, no, wait. That's not seriously. That's like just sniff there. Just goes
It
up
was
and
never
just.
going to feel right, but I think we
No,
should
but
probably
this
approach
is.
with confidence.
Yes, but there's a difference between, cursed. What's that word?
I mean,
That's the
considering
word.
she self-induced a curse upon herself, I don't think she's cursed the area around herself. Probably. That would
Yeah, but
seem
that's the thing.
self-defeating.
Normally, if she's been like that for a while, wildlife would know to be closer, but still in a safe margin. There's literally
Well, I don't see any
No.
bodies.
there's nothing here. This is like druidic looking stuff, but nothing.
Yeah,
I
are
like
there?
it.
Let me see. I'll do an Arcana check too.
It's probably more investigation to find runes that have survived on these old, dilapidated stones.
I'm
Investigation.
just as terrible at that.
I'm
but hey, I'll take a crit.
terrible at investigation.
I know we get.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I
assisted
was
there.
going my Voron. Is he hiding under someone?
You sent Voron off with...
Oh, you're right. Yes, yeah, he's on bad duty. Never
Yeet.
mind.
Yeah,
I mean, would,
Bird duty.
I would assist in looking for runes, but it's
You're
been
probably
hard.
better at doing your own check.
Not by much. I'm not proficient in it.
I will. Me and Tassie
I've got a
will
Jeanette here.
do it. We'll
Okay,
make the
so-
check.
congrats on your nat 20 there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can try and aim higher. A crit isn't necessarily an auto success.
Indeed.
I'm just checking to see if Tassie is any better at this than me. No,
checking
she's
with
worse.
Gaius.
Do any of you have a 5 or more?
Wisdom caster.
Fucking August is retarded.
Look, we're not
Yeah,
a bunch. Only one of us is moderately intelligent. The rest of us are all meatheads, really.
Yeah. So, Savin, with this is druid. That's like plant, and this is stuff. This is trying to see what might have survived the ravages of time and nature. Can Marek help?
Sure.
All right, I might get to 25, maybe.
Let's have a looky. It's doable.
Nah.
Yeah, all right. So with Nahia's 20, looking around a bit. In fact, why don't you throw a history check, Nahia, while you're working?
Sure.
It's because you will find some runes, but all right, you aren't able to
Mhm.
identify quite what they represent, but you do find a few runes tucked in the shadows beneath some of the fallen
I
stones.
do have cheetah vision, by the way, for all these runes, though.
Unfortunately, this is a magical script. It resists your attempt to decipher it magically.
Yeah. I will point them out then to Tarn, since he's got more fucking noodle noggins. And
Because
technically
he's a
way more
nerd.
arcana intelligence, education than me.
Because he's a squadron of nerds, literally.
Yes. So history or arcana, Savin?
Your choice. I think history is probably more appropriate, but there's certainly an arcana component here.
Well, history is one of my expertises, so.
I will
Good
also
choice.
make a history check.
Is this a history check Marek can continue to help on? Or
Yeah, he was alive when this druid circle was still in use.
Alright, 30.
Okay.
25.
Sick.
Balling out of control. All right. Again, this is a magical script. Neither of you can actually decipher what it means, but Tarn, you're able to put the historical context to work in your favor to figure out that, with Marek's help, this is a druid circle of the shepherd. That the druids here were those who worked most closely with the wild animals of the world. But Hashat's able to get a little more details, and she's kind of hanging out on the other side of the field. There are also it's like there are two circles here. You're in one now, but there's a border and then another. And the circle that you're looking at ahead seems to be the barrier or the boundary of the circle of the moon.
2 circles.
2 circles.
The moon.
Moon
no.
and shepherd.
Oh no.
I see. The funnest and the strongest.
Yeah, the Oshawott fucking circle.
Let's see if I got anything moon related on my person.
Your goddamn sword.
Oh right, yeah. Sure. All right. I guess I will walk with a star with a starwood staff in one hand and my fucking fancy schmancy moonblade in the other.
Let's go.
Yeah. No, I'll try and cross whatever this threshold is.
As you begin to cross the threshold, those of you with magical senses quickly detect that there's indeed a more metaphysical boundary you're pressing through. There's a moment's resistance against your outer vision. And then it's as if stepping through a portal of water. You feel it wash over you. Tarn and Ursula, however, are totally unaffected. The rest of you, however, please make wisdom saving throws.
Oh goody.
I love those. Hey, you're still
Fantastic.
not a paladin, right?
No.
No, you have lost your 2
Just-
paladins.
Just checking. I'm just checking.
They have both become warlocks.
Excellent. Tassie,
So-
please.
So is this now just everyone except Ursula and Tarn goes on a vision quest?
I mean, let me open the thing. It
Yeah,
is
that's
a feature of the area called Fey Trickery, so yeah, a little bit.
Oh
So-
man, if I really only was still a paladin with my fucking bossing around the Fey powers.
Yep. So Tarn,
was this
Ursula,
like-
the two of you kind of take another couple steps forward, then realize that the rest of your friends have dropped out of formation. They've all gone stock still. They're staring out into the middle distance with their mouths open.
Oh, God.
And as they are, you see mist swirl in the midst of the circle. And a human figure emerges. You blink, and then he's there all of a sudden, the mist coalescing around his feet. He's wearing typical druidic fare, a sleeveless hide vest, long cloak, a horned headdress. His beard is short cropped and handsome. He carries at his side no weapon at all, but you can see a mistletoe totem hanging from around his neck. Takes a step forward, and
Wait, an old druid. Think back to the fucking mirror druid that was petting the bear.
He takes a step forward and speaks, and you both hear Ursula in your native language, though it doesn't match up to the movement of his mouth. Come no further, strangers. This circle is cursed. Turn back and take your friends while you can.
Thought we had to return the slab.
Shush you are hypnotized.
That's why I said that.
Wait, why is Blep? Blep doesn't have any magic.
He's part monk.
Oh. Shite.
We come seeking to end the curse here. To free the lady from her state of suffering in the life beyond death.
A noble goal, but I cannot allow it, as much as I wish I could. I, too, am a victim of this curse. I must defend this place, this lady, with what remains of my life. I beg you, come no further, or I will have no choice but to attack you.
We do not seek to end this in bloodshed. Is it not through love freely given that she might be freed safely?
Druid inclines his head slightly. That is her belief, the crux of this curse. Can any of you say that you are this woman's true love, though? A woman you have never met?
I'd love to respond if I were fucking.
Yeah, no. You, meanwhile, are just vibing in the Feywild with a whole feast of little fairies dancing around this woman's little ziggurat gravestone. You're smooching right on her, getting all your true love's kisses on. It's great.
Not at present, but now you are here. Perhaps, for you can tell us of her.
He sighs, takes a step back, puts a hand on the ziggurat. I knew her only in her state of death, and she and her sisters were cruel tyrants that plagued this valley, swept through it like a wind of death, blighted all of us. She bound my spirit to her service then. Only later was I awoken from the state between life and death to guard her in her sleep. Truly, if I had the power, I would slit her throat now, and gleefully watch as her blood trickles down to feed the earth again. But I cannot. There is nothing to love in this woman, no goodness in her heart, only cruelty, savagery, evil.
Then why is it that she seeks to end her state of undeath? If there is nothing that could be loved, what is it that has driven her to repent of her tyranny?
Does she repent, or has she merely grown bored of eternal life? As I have, as many others have. And her sister, the Queen, will not allow her to expire and rot away to mindlessness. Even now she comes with the moon to feed blood to this unconscious wretch. Is there something to love here? Ask her sister. I cannot see it.
Very well. I would ask you lift the enchantment upon our comrades. You shall not be the last you see of us, Druid. You shall return better informed.
Can you tell me about you? Can you tell me about yourself?
As you're asking that, the druid snaps his finger, and the rest of the party shakes off their stupor. A few drops of drool drop from Nahia's lips to the ground.
Not the pussy. Hi.
I am Zardan, once Archdruid of the Circle of the Moon, Archon of the Shepherds. I was married to its leader once, the shepherdess, and she took her from me. He gestures towards the ziggurat. I was a loyal,
Oh,
ardent defender of this forest and all things that are good and pure in nature, the natural balance of human and wilderness. It was I who kept the villages and cities from overhunting, extending beyond their reach to harm wildlife's habitats. And for this, for my decades of service, now I sit here bound eternally.
Well, then I would like to set you free.
I would like that too, but the curse is what it is. I cannot allow you to approach unless you are this woman's true love.
Well, quite obviously I am. I love all the dead. I wish all of them peace and freedom. I've built homes for many and will build homes for many more for as long as I live. I'm blessed to know what it is to love both the living and the dead, both platonically and otherwise.
She is an elf. You know how I am with elves.
Hmm.
I love all elves, of all kinds. I know this in my heart and soul. She will look back at August and give him a wink. Unfortunately, only those who are not married, though.
He squints
Wait.
at you.
Am I conscious now?
Yeah.
How good a fighter is she? If great fighter, I probably love.
A good enough fighter to overcome me in life, but she came with a host of warriors, undead thralls that put my circle to the sword.
Very practical, but a little brutal. Could turn bad. Sure, at least need a first date.
I would deign approach. I believe my love is true.
Nahia, give me a persuasion check.
Sure. I'm gonna spend a hit die to do it with advantage.
Or
25.
juicy.
And there will be no guidancing. I believe fucking magic would really, really screw that up, actually.
No, Bob isn't here, so
This is also true.
the
oh, who knows? Maybe Bob is here somewhere.
Fucking shepherd.
druid squints at you for a moment. His fists clench enough that were he mortal, he might very well draw blood. Then he'll take one step aside and say, "You and only you may approach. I cannot yet say
No.
if I wish you luck or wish you failure."
Either way, this deed shall be done.
Eh,
And
at
here,
least honest.
I will hand him the starwood staff to hold.
He looks at it with wide eyes for a moment and takes it. It does not just phase through his ghostly skin.
Yeah, I figure he's juiced enough to be corporeal.
That or the staff is.
Oh no, it's the staff is
Oh
like
yeah, of course, yeah. The
inherently
staff
magical.
naturally, similarly is
And
inherently magical.
as you get closer, Nahia, you and you alone are able to see that there are a number of spiritual animals loping about nearby. They look at you with blatant hunger.
Before I approach, I'm gonna do that old fond trick. I'm gonna put a little pinch of Residium on some rations and chuck them to the animals.
Which set of animals, or do you just do both?
Which ones look carnivorous? I imagine most of my rations are
It's a
meat.
bear and a wolf.
They all look carnivorous.
They hella carnivorous, yo.
Fuck it. I've gotten along really well with the Borkos, especially since I've met Blythe. I will chuck the wolfers each like double hand fist load to each of them.
Alright. They will both just snatch it out of the air and
First thing they've eaten in fucking forever.
That's what you think.
What
Yeah, no.
happens? What
I imagine
happens to
that's why
that
we don't see any
meat
bodies.
The druid, however, gives you like
Uh.
the slightest of up nods.
Oh, goodness. Alright, time to ascend. And I shall hum a little Morrigan prayer, and probably one that Nahia herself has been spending some time inventing and coming up with, because there, aren't exactly many prayers for what it is that her relationship with the dead is. She's
Does it
rather,
sound like
rather
does it
recidivist.
sound like the Mortal Kombat theme?
No. That's what theirs all sound like already, you see.
Speaking
Oh,
of
well,
relationship with the dead, as you step up to the dais, you see a gray, pale, elven woman resting atop the stones. She has her hands draped over her stomach, and there is a long, slender sword resting openly beside her. She's wearing nothing but a long leather coat and robe that stretches all the way down to her ankles, but shows off enough curvature to show that she's got a good tight body under there. Her eyes, however, are quite thoroughly closed, as is her mouth, over lips that might once have been painted, but that's long ago faded away to a ghostly pallor.
Okay.
Yes, she looks like a level up waifu. She is not breathing, and she seems quite cold.
Sure.
she's undead. When the fuck do undead breathe?
Yeah, I know, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So while still humming, singing, speaking this chorus or choir or prayer, again, it's a hymn that she has, yeah, very Finnish probably, yeah. I imagine that to be similar to style. I, of course, believe in consent and kiss the brow.
Okay.
Good thing you didn't go for a handhold.
No. Good thing I didn't pick other lips.
There
Yeah.
is a charged moment as your lips rest upon her brow. And the druid behind you sighs and says, I am sorry for what I must do. And his hands crackle with energy.
Really?
Aw.
Really?
This hymn of peace not doing anything for him?
No, alas, it is not.
We at least hand back the staff.
He just drops it on the ground as his hands turn into big raking claws.
Very well.
Karen, Go time!
Guess so.
Yeah, I'm pretty ready to go as well.
Ursula is fucking ready for it.
Wait, what? I walked away because I was just like, oh, Nahia has to have this because otherwise it's gonna be a real bad ambush.
Yeah,
It's
no,
a real
it's a
ambush.
real bad ambush.
Also, for feck's sake, DCL, fill up your hit points.
Yes, and also add on
Hold
9
on.
temporary hit points.
I have. Wait, oh yeah, I thought I had the 15 already in the other health bar.
It's not 15, you get 9. I get 15.
Okay.
You say real bad ambush, but actually looking at these initiatives, it still looks like an ambush on him.
I mean,
He's a druid in a grove. We're gonna get some shit kicked in.
yeah, he has lair actions, which are
There
Yeah.
we go.
Could be spooky.
Don't forget to put Jeanette on the board, please.
Of course.
TTT.
Yeah, Gaius is.
He should be on there.
yeah.
Okay, I think that's everybody.
Oh, I see awakened tree. Oh no.
Yes, speaking of which, some rated actions are going to go off as soon as combat starts.
How dare you?
Rude.
Well,
First
Aye.
off,
Hello.
I am offended.
Welcome to the Druids Grove.
yes.
Let's see.
Look
Jeanette,
at tree you're in.
would you like to get slammed? Bap. No. However, she could not see this thing, so I believe that gives it advantage. So 23. And against Tassie. I don't think a 15 is going to do it.
No.
Bonk. All right. Now, Blep.
Right then. Oh wait, what the fuck? Oh, the trees are
You're
attacking.
literally
Okay,
on the
you
mob.
are gonna get kind of pushed out.
Yeah, I was saying that to the trees. I scrolled down and saw those. That
Yes.
puts a damper in things.
You do have some new friends.
I was about to just go dashing off. I still might do that.
Dashing.
I feel like the one thing I want to do is take down his HP before he wild shapes. I forget if he wild shapes and we lower him, does he come back at full HP? Does that not matter?
No.
He comes back at whatever health he had, and if you overflow his health, that damage carries over.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of want to just run over and Nova him. We'll just turn go.
Very far
I
away.
don't.
Damn it! If we both could have gone.
Actually,
for him.
at 0.
Actually, no. I go right next to you.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. What do
You have back-to-back turns next round.
That hurts. That hurts. Okay. Yeah, I don't feel like putting much brain power in right now. I'm just gonna. No, I'm not, because then the spectrals are just gonna fucking dogpile me.
You'll probably also get like grabbed by Trey. I imagine they have a really nasty RP
Yeah.
that does things like reduces speed to 0.
Have you ever wanted to suplex a tree?
I mean, every day, but I don't want to talk about my therapy. So we're just going to claw in the tree, I guess. We'll play it safe. Meh. I'll rage, get my claws, take my things, and then I'll just swing with advantage at the tree.
Okay.
For daring to be a tree.
How dare it be taller than you?
2, 3.
All right. Do those have advantage?
Yes.
Okay. Then they all hit.
Okay.
Please.
I will slash, attack and slash.
So I can just do these individually. All right. And the tree is still up.
God. I don't want to action surge yet. I really want to save that for him, even though I know
I
it's
mean,
kind of.
you can action surge, move, and finish the attacks on something else.
It's true. You still have
You're
your
right.
move action.
You're right. It's still damage done. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Why
just
not?
yeah.
Someone has to do
Yeah.
it.
Action surge.
Whap.
Hey.
All right, the tree
Where
is
was
cut
that?
down. Kronk.
Now I'll just go over and attack the other tree before I go over.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Because
That's mighty kind of you.
Because this is probably going to need to start getting
It would probably almost immediately start trying to kill Tassie and Jeanette.
And
Yeah.
the trees already did indeed target Tassie and Jeanette, yes. Hence
That's why I was saying
Jeanette
I
got
might as well
bombed.
just action. I agree with you. I might as well just action search.
All right. Hit.
All right, that's my turn.
Rake your claws down the bark, and the tree makes a groaning sound as it recoils. Ursula.
Well, let's see. I can do a 15 and then 35. Okay, yeah. So, let's see. 15 with rage. Okay. 3. A free movement there, which puts me at there. Then I got 30 feet, which actually 35 feet. Side. And I wanted to go up there and help you.
Deal with everything else first.
Okay, so let me just. Yeah. But if I go. Yeah, so I can go down 35 feet. Perfect. 35 feet there. Bonus action rage. And then I do a reckless on the Monsieur Le Druid with my very hateful fucking anti everything Shane. I don't think he's gonna enjoy it.
Probably not.
Most things
Yeah,
don't.
so-
Very few things like getting hit by this thing. Ow. Okay.
Wow.
Con save. Legendary resistance.
And
Let's see. 10,
like I said,
13. Dink.
it just looks at, oh, that worked really well. Very nice. I'm gonna just do that again.
All right. Well, that's still a hit. You need to roll literally anything other than that, but it does hit. Whoop. That was the wrong amount of HP. And con save. Legendary resist. So your chain digs in twice into this ghost. It doesn't seem to do all that much to him, but his attention does certainly turn from Nahia to you for a moment.
Just get over here.
All right. Layer phase. Let's go with this. Boop. This time, now that you're in the standing circles, Ursula, Nahia, would you both make wisdom saves?
Okay. Wisdom saves.
Mm-hmm. You're good. Nahia less so.
Yeah. That's fine. Luckily, I don't plan to attack this round.
With spells.
No, I don't
Oh, attack
intend.
rolls.
Yeah, I don't intend to do any attacks this round.
All right. Speaking of which, Nahia, as you are looking
Yeah.
over this ziggurat, you can see that there are all sorts of druidic runes etched into the stone here. They all seem to be wards of protection. You know enough magic to suss that out on your own, even if you don't necessarily speak the language.
Interesting. Gonna crouch down and look for whatever the most important one might be.
Okay, make an Arcana check.
13?
All right, you're not able to suss that out within the 6 seconds of your turn, at least. Though you're pretty sure you could figure it out given some time.
Okay. In the meantime, I think it's probably a good idea for me to wear the otherworldly guise. If I'm about to do a Valkyrie's job, I should look like a fucking Valkyrie.
Hell yeah.
Oh hey, does this count as a charmed condition?
Yeah, this is a charm effect. It's not the charmed condition, though. Let's see. The charmed condition, no. It's an enchantment, but not the charmed condition. That's very specific.
Dang.
Ye-
Oh, I shall settle it in place, and yeah, I will take the Radiant, Necrotic, and Charmed Resist.
What?
That was just a bonus, and I guess the Arcana was an action.
Yeah,
All right.
in this case.
Yep.
All right,
Just buy me some time.
Tassie.
Tassie. Let me see here. What's the range of this? Do I have to touch somebody? Oh, that's the wrong character sheet. Do I have to touch someone to do this? It doesn't say a range, but the text says I have to touch something. Okay, I'll take that as a yes.
What's the thing?
I'm thinking about Tassie walking up and putting a holy weapon on Tarnavak.
Oh,
Pretty sure that does
So
require a
spicy.
touch, yeah.
He decided to. He escalated on us, so I figure here it's only right for us to
to
escalate against him.
to break out the I'm gonna hit you this many times now.
just be aware of tree.
I'm trying to gauge whether or not that's a yes. Tassie's gonna do it.
Okay. So, opportunity attack. Bap.
Damn it! I did not get away scot-free. Ow! Fuck! She will, however, dust herself off and then put her hand on Tomakiri. Okay, that's her turn.
Alright, it's your other one that the Hashat buff one that increases enhancement bonus, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. I couldn't remember which one it was, so I was going to read through that real quick.
There seemed to suddenly be more archdruids than there were before, a group of them all moving to the same tune. And he is gonna cast a big ol' spell, I think. Let's do a Wall of Thorns. How about that? That's a good spell, right? Let's see. That's a 60-foot long. Yeah. All right. It's gonna drop a Wall of Thorns right across, let's say, I don't know, here. Yeah. Yeah, perfect. Would someone mind doing a line there for me?
Sure, just one moment.
Like that, but also actually like a straight line. So we know what squares it's in.
I didn't have that on my screen, so I had to scroll down a little
Thank
bit, and I just see you guys are fucking making delicious lemon and lime candies down there.
Oh shit! Did I delete the wrong one?
No,
I
that's
think I
the
deleted
correct
the
one.
wrong one.
That's the correct one.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah,
Tarn and
I was
Hashat
trying to
need
do
to
a
make
straight line with
some
the
deck
mouse.
saves.
Oh, all right. I love deck saves. I'm great at those.
Yeah, you love deck
What
saves.
question
Uh-huh.
would, since the shit is springing up from underneath the thorns there, could what's his name? Tarnavak get advantage because he has wings and can just do the whole.
I'm not flying
Jump.
yet.
If Tarn was flying,
You've got
totes, but
wings.
no. All right.
Okay, I was just trying.
Could you just print the spell description, please?
Sure.
Just curiosity more than anything else.
Let me see if I can. There we go.
Okay. So it's just damage then on a fail?
Mhm.
That's alright.
We both needed to roll 20s in order to pass this.
I could have rolled a 15 or above.
Oh, I guess that's true. You do have your saving phase.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, that was why I asked for the description, because I wanted to know if
Yeah, it doesn't like
if this is
entangle
going
you.
to fuck my movement.
Speaking of which, Tarn, since you're like dead half in between sides, I will let you decide which side you end up on. I assume you'll want to probably be on the boss side.
Yeah. Should I like move a square forwards or just
Yeah, I'm just gonna
say
like there. Yeah,
okay, yeah.
that'll do. Just so we know. All right, and then he's gonna kind of move off. 1, 2, 3.
He's not moving anywhere.
Oh, that's right. You hit him with a chain. Right. Okay. And I guess he. Yeah. All right. Accept this. It uses bonus action for something else. Gene. By which I mean scout.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I was just like, really? That's the lowest? I was just busy being exasperated.
So rare for me to be hit these days.
It's really hard to hit you without like giving mooks numbers to hit that they couldn't possibly have, which I don't really like doing.
Alright, just gonna guiding bolt the tree.
Fucking hits. Tree, armor class,
Bonk.
bad.
Alright, 17 radiant.
Pow. Unfortunately, it's not a ghost tree.
Well, yeah, fair.
It's a ghost tree.
But
No,
it was
it's
just
not.
also her best, like,
Okay.
normal attack.
All right. Orca.
At least it's blocking line of sight.
It's true. It's true. Speaking of which, let me.
Guess who's menacing their master?
Oh, I know. They're coming after you. Don't worry. Both wolves are going to use their actions to cast spells on you.
Oh,
Ah.
scheiße.
God damn it, Savin.
Of course.
Elden
Yeah.
Ring was the worst thing to give you.
Look,
No,
Casting
Savin
wolves?
had these ready before Elden Ring.
I don't believe you.
All right. Ursula, would you kindly make a wisdom saving throw?
Okay, let me just check something. Ah. No, that's resilient. Okay, sounds. Okay, wisdom saving throw, you say?
Yes.
Oh boy. Nope.
Excellent. Ursula, you are now a bunny rabbit.
Oh my god, it's so adorable.
A tiny little bare-eared, poof-tailed bunny rabbit.
What do you mean tiny? She's probably like
That's
the big little mummy butt.
No, she's not. She's
like
a
mummy
dwarf.
bun.
She's very dense. She's a very thick-ass rabbit, but very small. Yeah.
That is holding a goddamn chain.
You were holding a chain. It drops to the ground next to you.
Oh my god, did you get
Yeah,
polymorphed?
you just dire
Yeah.
polymorphed.
Holy shit.
That actually happened.
The other wolf, well, that worked the first time. I guess let's blight Nahia. Yeah.
And just like
Stab.
Miyazaki, you refuse to leave Blight Town.
Con save Nahia.
Me?
You.
I'm immune to that effect, so I don't mind. It's necrotic.
Oh, you're just straight up immune to necrotic damage? Nice.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, I won't bother. I just wave it. Sit, puppy, sit.
Well, we're gonna kind of back off a little bit. So yeah, we'll go like here. Okay.
I wonder how that feels to, like, she's currently disguised as the icon of the end of all undeath, and they just threw a spell at her, and she's like, no, bad doggy.
Alright. August is gonna take a step up, cast Fire Shield on himself, and then wait for the boss's concentration to inevitably get disrupted. Perhaps his foot. Hashat.
That makes sense.
Hit the tree or flick Ursula's nose? She's a rabbit, right?
You know, you could-
That has like 1 hit point, right?
Yeah, you also can't see her because there's a giant wall between you and everything else.
Do I
I
have
mean, if you
to
could just
see?
AoE something.
Do I have to see the dimension door?
No, I mean, you have to see to
No.
know that she's a
No.
rabbit,
Oh, no.
but if you want to just
Oh.
dimension door through. Actually, I don't know if you need to see. Let me look.
I don't think I do. I'm pretty sure I
No,
just need to estimate
Dimension
the
door,
distance.
you explicitly do not need sight.
Okay. Then yeah.
Oh, that's right, yeah,
It's-
because it's got all those fun rules of accidentally a person.
Yeah, just in case you accidentally into the wall. So yeah, you can dimension door if you
Hey,
want.
you could accidentally into Ursula, that would pop it.
I don't know if it does damage to Ursula.
It does damage to targets, creatures, the person both arriving and the one arrived in.
Are you sure?
Door. Not Dort. Door.
No, it's just you and any creature traveling with you takes damage. And then
Ah.
the spell fails. Like, you,
Oh, double weird.
yeah, because,
I
like,
thought it used to, like, fucking will it blend you instead.
Yeah, and like
That's
80
fine,
India absolutely did
Well,
that, but
if that's the case, since August is impatient, Hashat will put a hand on his head. There. Don't worry, I got this. Dimension door. Backup has arrived, Nahia.
ah!
Where'd Ursula go?
Oh, she's the bunny. If you could give her a whack, I'm busy.
My deepest apology. Wait, wait, that was my action. Shit.
Yes,
Mhm.
that is an action.
I mean, you could quicken to bonk your own friend with, like, a magic
Oh.
missile.
no,
I
you
guess.
can't.
Not that. I could
You could quicken
could step
cantrip.
over and quicken a actual hit on Ursula.
No, you can't.
Why not?
If you do any sort of spell casting as a bonus action, your own the only other spell you can cast on your turn is a cantrip.
Yes, I
Yeah,
know.
Green
that
Flame Blade is a
her-
cantrip
her
that lets you
whack.
make a weapon attack.
GFP.
No, it doesn't go both ways. You would have had to have quickened the dimension door, and then you could action cantrip. It's one of these weird fucking rules that is just here to say fuck you, sorcerers.
I think we've been ignoring that the whole campaign, to be perfectly
Yeah, I think
we've
we've
been
honest.
ignoring that
literally
this
been
whole time,
ignoring
yeah.
that because it is only there to fuck sorcerers for no good reason.
It's been a while now.
So, Ursula, wait, do I need to use my actual weapon for
Yeah,
Green Flame Blade? Oh, I do.
Part of GFB is
Yeah,
you
it has to be
explicitly
a
have to
weapon.
use a weird weapon.
An weapon.
It's
So you can do
I
it with
mean,
a dagger.
these days it's an weapon with a value of 1 GP, I think.
Yeah.
So like you,
no
it's
using your
either
fists.
GP or silver piece.
You just hit me, coward.
Okay.
Just slap her with a cloche full of money, a sock full of silvers.
And then a black baggie, it's fine. Okay, I'll just whack you. Fine. Alright. Fine. Where's my fucking...
See, if I had been really smart, I would have had the other wolf just grab Ursula in its jaws, just run away with her.
Just alarmed bunny screeching.
That would have been DCL
Okay, so-
tactics.
That would have been really, really hilariously bullshit.
Those are DCL tactics. Like copyrighted. those.
Deliver Ursula later, hold careful like hamburger.
Alright, so there, I whack Ursula.
Alright, the bunny's one hit point has exploded.
My apologies.
Exactly.
Would you like
Wow,
a carrot
okay.
later?
How about fist you? 4.
Alright, while that's going on.
Oh, great, more trees.
Trees!
Darn you, triples.
This tree is gonna move up and say hello to Tarn.
How can trees
Bap.
give me life breathing energy while they're killing me?
I hit it!
Holy shit.
Yeah, and it was stealth, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was!
Yeah, caught you by surprise. It was a crit.
Couldn't see shit.
It's been a while
Long.
since
These CR1 trees are doing fucking work. Or CR2.
Don't taste his blood for once. It's a taste he's not familiar with.
Alright, this tree unfortunately has to, it can't get to Blep in stealth and hit, so these are both just going to be normal hits on him.
Oh yeah, the
Bap,
whole last
bap.
tree has to move to get there.
Yeah, I said bap. Does a 17 hit you, Blep? Douglas?
Wait, oh, sorry, I was muted. Yes,
Alright.
they both hit.
Okay.
That
Wait,
is-
an 11?
A 22 because he
I'm
reckless.
raging. Yeah, reckless.
Oh, okay.
But it's just bludgeoning, so I have damage.
Yeah,
It's not that bad.
It
not
does
a big
have DR for it. So.
Alright.
That's like
I-
it's like
Isn't awakened tree's attack not magical?
It doesn't matter,
That
actually.
doesn't matter, barbarians.
It should, but it doesn't.
It does. Yeah,
It does actually matter for me.
Yeah, for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because your DR is a feat.
Yeah,
so.
you have real
Yeah, so-
DR.
Are they magical or not?
Oh, yeah, they are. They are magic attacks. They are created by a magically animated construct.
I mean, you say
Yeah,
that.
it's a
That's
hilarious
not how
thing.
5e normally works.
No, Savin.
That's
I
not
actually know this
specific
shit
enough.
because if it doesn't actually say that they have magical attacks to overcome DR, they don't have magical attacks. I had to be very specific with that shit for druid summoning as well, both with awakening and summoning animals.
Okay, fine. The fucking tree. No magic.
Yeah, you can just say that this is in a fucking shepherd's grove, so yes, it does count as magic for the purpose of attacking.
Yeah, I'm perfectly okay with it being magic.
Yeah, it's
it's
magic.
It's just
It's an ancient awakened tree in a magically saturated like fig grove. Yeah, it magic.
yeah. I was just commenting on things that you would normally think are
That's
created
true.
by magic. Not normally. Like fucking dragon's breath. It's fucking mundane.
Well, see,
Yeah,
that's
just
so the magic
chemicals.
resistance doesn't give you advantage on it. I'm okay with that trade-off. Anyway,
Sure.
so bear time. These bears are gonna plod up to Ursula. Plod up to Tarn. I guess technically into this square. Alright, so on Ursula, bite, claw.
Yeah, both hits.
Cool. And on Tarn, bite, claw.
Another hit.
Wow. Alright.
Ow!
Oh, and ow.
And then a bunch more bears.
You might actually need to.
Yeah, I guess I'm not fighting spiriting this turn.
These two bears are going to come up and chomp on Nahia. Bite, claw, bite, claw.
Oh, great, more bears.
I think a
There's always more bears.
21 hits, maybe, possibly.
Yeah, 21 does.
Actually, doesn't your wing thingy give you AC bonus?
Oh,
yes,
yes, it does. Yeah, I'm
it
fine.
does.
Yeah,
okay,
I've got plus
nothing
2
against you.
AC. Does not hit me.
And then these bears in the back.
I will as well turn around to these undead as well. I said sit. Bad bear.
No, he can't get to August. Damn it. Alright, this bear's
You
instead
could
gonna...
barely reach him.
No, he can't barely reach him, that's the problem. Yeah, he's gonna come over there and dodge, I guess.
If you would like to step away from me, bear, I will not even op you. Go on, shoo.
They used all their movement to get there.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
I really wanted to just like gingerly back off. Like, okay, I'm busy.
It's true. Although the alternatives are the raging bear and the dude who's surrounded by fire, and I guess the cow, but they couldn't reach her at all.
Yeah.
So Tarn.
Yeah, so let's start with a second wind.
That makes sense. Jesus.
Juicy Christ.
Was like 1 point above average.
You know, I didn't know our second wind got that good.
Tarn's got a magic item that makes it like double.
Right.
Yeah,
because as it is, Second Wind is a pretty terrible ability.
Yes, I gain bonus hit points equal to 3 times my proficiency bonus.
Never. All right. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot that gave me permanent advantage against being frightened.
Oh, well,
You're kidding. Wow, that's a real fucking dope power.
It's also plus 2 armor.
That's pretty nice.
Tarn's
Well,
kit is
yeah,
really
okay.
fucking good, yes.
Alright, so...
I do.
I wonder, are trees vulnerable to fire damage?
I'll give you this one for free. Yeah, it's... Despite them being actually perfectly alive trees, humongous trees, they're vulnerable to fire, because fuck you.
Alright.
Oh god.
They work on
well.
Pokemon rules.
Alright, hold on. I think
Yeah,
the
it's-
first one might just kill it. Let's find out. So that's going to be
Oh.
29, then 14. Okay, second one drops it.
Okay.
Bursts
Then-
into flames. Whoosh. Then Mr. Burr takes
Yep.
16, then 7, then 5.
It's 28.
It barely lived.
Does it take more radiant damage?
Surprisingly enough, no.
Mo-
I don't like it, but undead don't have any sort of radiant vulnerability in 5e. Or do they have necrotic resistance, so... Yeah.
Action surge, let's finish this off.
Okay. Do these one at a time, please. Okay, so the first one kills the bear, but... let's see, so that's going to be 13, then 15, then 6, so 20 points of overflow, as...
Ghost
A druid.
Oh, they're wild-shaped druids.
Indeed.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. Moongrove in the middle.
Right.
A pretty blonde girl with flowers and leaves run through her hair explodes out of a bear in a gory mess, and then your sword cleaves into her shoulder. She yelps in pain in Elvish and bares her little fingies.
I speak Elvish.
Ow, shit, fuck! Asshole.
Ah, yeah, figured.
Ah,
yeah,
yes,
fair enough.
beautiful language.
Yeah, oh, it's such a beautiful language.
I was willing to leave. This is... If Nahia failed, we could have just gone, but your master attacked. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry, just fucking kill me in one hit, please.
Could you bare your neck? I'll try.
I really wish I could.
Damnable curses.
I know, right?
Well,
Alright.
that is 34.
She lives, unfortunately.
Poor baby.
Fuck. One more. I'm sorry. This is... You're very tough. You must have been a
Squirming.
strong druid.
Was in the running to become the next archdruid. Now just more to feed the earth. Go, do it.
Go to the Morrigan, little one.
Chop. Exactly, too. That would have been so sad if you didn't do it. But you get her exactly. There's a puff of smoke as she vanishes. And I'm glad I didn't delete this.
Man. Oh, this whole thing is making me feel bad. Oh well. Let's see. That was 5 feet. Okay, so with flappies, I can get up to this wolf to distract it. So, all right, that's my turn.
Okay. Blep. Welcome to Tree Hell, Population U.
You see, I am used to tree. I live in it. Huh?
It's good because you're the only thing standing between those trees and the squishies.
That's a good point. Right then, let's cut down these trees real quick. And a blep away. We are going to reckless.
All right.
We swinging. Swing. Swing.
All right. Both hits for 17 and then 20. You destroy the tree on the second hit.
All right. Next one. Swing. Swing.
1 second.
Oh no.
All right. Yeah, that second one will miss. Luckily, it's not a crit miss.
Oh.
All right. So 1 and then 16. All right. The tree lives.
Fortunate. If only I could have hit.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be cool.
That second hit, 7, 8, 9, actually would not have killed it. So it's not as bad as all that.
Fair enough, tree.
You win
Mother
this
Nature
round.
wins one more day.
Ursula.
Well, just step up here.
That will provoke an opportunity attack from the bear, I believe.
Yeah, like go ahead.
Oh, okay. Okay. Chomp. No.
Bear, last at bear. No,
Rawr.
no, it just roars back like an actual fucking bear. And this fucker, let's see about smacking him a little bit
Okay.
and get him out of the. Or wait, actually, you know what? No, like I just point to him and I point to him and say, "Focus on me." and then I smack this bear with the chain to grapple it.
Okay. That will hit.
And given it's a fucking druid,
Yep, it does need to make a constitute. Constitute as fuck.
oh wow,
Hmm.
nice.
Bear's gonna bear.
Okay.
Bear
Yeah.
is gonna bear.
But that means I can swing the fucker away from
Whee!
Nahia.
Being spectral, it does not weigh all that much.
Yeah.
Bonk.
And then let's see, that was that guy. Just move over. Just move over. This fucker is dodging, right?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, let's see if I can hit him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I swing. That's an oh right. Save on him too.
Yep. I'm working on it. Boop. Nope. Poisonade.
Nope. And I just drag the swing the son of a bitch in closer to me.
Rawr.
I just point to all of them and be like, me. And I'll flex on them.
Okay. Layer phase rolls around. And everybody who is within these circles, so Ursula, Nahia, Gaius, Hashat, are gonna get some thorny vines. No, sad damage.
Damn dex save.
Dex.
God damn it.
What? So 2 damage.
Yep, and
You don't take any damage on the success.
correct.
Oh.
However, the rest of the friends are all restrained.
I don't mind.
Yeah, you're pretty much right where you want to be anyway.
Yep.
Wait, I have a question. The thorny vines are. Don't they burn on fire?
That's an interesting
Isn't this
You know,
biome
that's a
literally
good
on
point.
fire?
Actually, they don't restrain August. They hurt him. They slap him for the piercing damage. But yeah, they just burn off afterwards because he does have a warm shield on.
Counterpoint to that, I would think he would have to make his concentration check before they burn away.
Yep, that's a fair point. He's fine. Actually, Fire Shield isn't a concentration check or concentration spell.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a great
Yeah,
spell.
it's that bullshit.
Yeah, just 10 minutes.
It's just a duration.
That's weird. I take it then that means it isn't on the sorcerer spell list. But okay.
No, it's very like paladin or something else. I think it's.
No, it is on.
It's
It is actually on the sorcerer list. I'm pretty sure. It's just a bad.
It is.
Yeah, I'm
No,
just kidding.
Wizard.
Wait, is it literally
wizard.
only wizard? I thought I was fucking meaning.
Fucking wizard.
Oh, I'm
Oh
sorry.
my god.
I thought I was kidding.
The rich get richer.
Like, this is.
Oops. All right. So, 6 seconds was not enough.
Not without
What
Arcana
about
result.
now as I look over it?
You can make another Arcana test.
Okay.
Do you want inspiration?
I don't have it.
I've got inspo. I'll use it.
Okay.
Not that I needed it. 19.
All right, with a 19. Let me look and see if this is on the Warlock spell list, actually. It'll probably determine if you succeed or not.
What, planar binding?
No. No, it's nowhere near that cool. It's in the grave domain, so good enough.
Hooray!
Nahia, you recognize that there is a gentle repose spell etched into the very stone itself, constantly at work on whoever is set upon the stones here.
Huh. Has she already been gone all this time?
Hard to say, but the target is protected from decay.
Alright. I'm gonna hit her with that level 5 Dispel Magic.
Okay.
Just gonna fuck this whole altar.
Boom. All right. The magic on the altar itself is dispelled. The runes just sort of fall away, crumbling into etheric dust. Her gentle repose is destroyed. The archdruid glances your way and scowls. What was the point of that?
Easy. I believe death has its place at peace. I shall go in for that kiss again.
Okay. Another brow kiss.
You know what? Brow kiss wasn't doing it. We'll go with them smoochums.
Okay. So, Nahia. Real talk here. This lady right here. Is she
Yeah.
the love of your life? Is she the woman you want to spend the rest of your immortal days with? Is she the most important thing in the universe to you? Would you take her over Anaya and Cleona?
I would never take any of them over anyone.
Okay. Nothing happens.
She is monogamous.
I know.
Oh no, the one weakness.
But here's the thing: if she passes on, she will be spending eternity.
Yeah, no, like that was the whole reason for going this the first place, because yes, that would make her qualify to the letter of it, but I guess it requires more than that, and fair enough.
All right. Tassie.
Tassie's gonna look at Jeanette. Hey, Jeanette, do you think you can burn that tree?
Maybe? Probably.
Okay. Blep needs to get through that wall, and I need to blow up that wall.
Is that like a 5 foot
So
tall
she's
hedge?
It's 10 feet tall.
so Tassie's gonna
Okay.
stand back, and only you were 5 feet away, Blep.
Look,
Well,
I'm
if
sorry.
you're
I'm over here killing trees.
Yeah, no, that's still 25 feet.
there,
You know what? She is gonna spit some and take a bit of a guessing aim and lob it over the wall and blast it out this way while and trying to hit these two bears.
Okay.
With a fireball! Gonna blast this wall out open.
All right. So 2 bears deck saves. Boop. They will fail. Not surprising. 24 damage. Ow. Ow. And yeah, a big chunk of the wall is just destroyed by fire. Actually, where does that end there? Like here was it? So it'll be to there.
Since when could you delete bits of lines?
I didn't. I shrunk it.
Oh.
That's why it's so thin now.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. Anything else, Tassie?
No.
All right. The Archdruid is going to do a big sigh. And let's drop a new spell. He's going to end concentration on the thorny walls since that's no longer relevant. Here, let's let's call lightning. Call lightning's good. Or insect plague. Nah, call lightning. Let's drop this right here between Gaius and Hashat, so they'll both get zappoed. And at level 5. Zap.
I'm restrained. This is entirely unfair.
Yep. Which means I think you just auto-fail, don't you? Or is it disadvantage?
I think restrain is actually auto-fail.
No, disadvantage on dexterity saving throws.
Oh, great. I just have to roll 2 20s, guys.
No.
I mean,
Someone,
Ow, fuck.
please end this druid's reign of terror.
boom! So he's gonna blast you with that. And, yeah, I think that's good. Let's move over here, a little further away from the scary barbarian. He does not yet know the tyranny of Tarnavak.
He hasn't come into range. Damn you!
Ironically,
And you know what? Let's actually, let's use a bonus action to become as element. I think Earth Elemental will do for him here. So, rawr. Jeanette.
Okay. Let's see here. God, a heal just is not that massively strong.
No, she has an emergency pick-me-up heal, and that's it.
Yep. Blep has that tree. She's gonna try and do some undead smiting. I'm gonna shoot. In fact, she knows they're druids underneath. She's gonna shoot the weakest bear and try and get into Overflow Realm.
Okay, makes sense.
Fuck's sake.
Dink.
Sorry, guys.
All right, it is time to awoo. This wolf, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just gonna move up here. Do have you have even more speed than that. 10. Let's move up here. He's gonna cast a spell on Jeanette.
Oh no! Leave my baby alone.
It's gonna rear up, and a knife of pure ice is going to appear in its jaws, and it's gonna huck that straight at Jean. Huh. So that's 21 damage, or just 20 on Tassie if she fails a DC 20 dex save. Kina will need a DC 20 dex save from there. Okay. So Jeanette actually only takes half damage plus 1 piercing, and then Tassie takes 20 cold damage. Ow.
Fuck Christ, their DCs are so fucking high.
Yeah, they're all just using the fucking druid's DC because they're his spells. And the other wolf is gonna probably just attack Tarn. Rawr.
No.
And the wolf is gonna move over here, menace you. Stay away from Dad. August is gonna pull out. It's gonna pull out Lunar Lament. flicks on his blue lightsaber. And let me make sure this... just going to turn this on to show what it does, because this is funny. Zap. Oh, he missed! Oh, no!
So what you mean is it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it would turn him back if he hit, but he did not hit. But try
Let's go
again!
extra attack.
There we
Okay.
go.
Yeah, we go.
Alright. Pop
You
goes the
could
elemental.
make him reappear in one of these squares. I'd appreciate it.
I believe the druid gets to decide where he pops out in when he changes sizes back. And he will stay right where he is. Actually, he'll probably be one step lower so Nahia doesn't obby him if he wants to go away.
Could actually go there where he's not in melee with anyone.
Uh,
Makes sense.
that's true, but he has actual melee spells. So he wants to be melee with somebody. Just not everybody.
Damn you, logic!
Yeah, unfortunately, when I said his hands turn into like these like blighted claws, I wasn't kidding. He do be having that primal savagery though. It does a lot of damage if it hits.
Hey, that's supposed to be my thing.
Hashat,
Yes.
it's your turn.
And I'm restrained until the lair phase.
Yep.
I'm going to use a bonus action to drink a healing potion.
That makes sense.
I will drink one of these really expensive healing potions.
Nice.
38. I will need those.
Most likely.
I literally can't save out of a single one of this guy's
Oh,
spells
speaking of saving,
unless I nat 20.
okay, he maintains concentration on Call Lightning.
Kira,
Yes.
you did the potion wrong.
How did I do it wrong?
It's plus 20, not plus
Oh.
10.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only one
So an extra
that
10.
breaks the mold there.
Oh. Okay. Okay. So if I'm restrained. Restrained means I have disadvantage to attack, right?
Mm-hmm. Can't move, disadvantage to attack, other people have advantage to attack you. And disadvantage on dex saves.
I'm thinking. This is. I'm not.
This is what we call a conundrum.
It is. I'm not certain what to do here.
Would you like me to come back to you once I beat on Blep with a tree?
It is true. It is 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. Sure. Yeah, okay. Come back to me in a second.
Okay. Tree time.
The tree is disadvantaged to attack Blep, by the way.
Okay. Bap. So 17 to hit since Blep reckless.
Indeed.
So just 10 to Magios. And the tree
God
is gonna
damn it.
boop.
You wasted
Come
one of
over
my warning
here.
play.
Menace Tassie.
Don't you dare, Trey.
Actually, he
Who
can
done right there, mother?
menace Tassie, Jeanette, and Blep at the same time.
Damn large size.
All right.
It'll be the only turn in this.
A shot.
I guess I could get out of this by by Misty Stepping?
Yeah,
I think?
that would get you out of the vines on your feet.
Poof.
I can Misty, as long as I Misty Step, I get out of the vines.
Yep.
What if I Misty Step just right here?
You probably need to not share any of your original squares because the vines are still there. But yeah, you could
Yeah,
be
but
like there. Well, there's kind of a
Yeah,
big
but
rock there. But
And the bears are kind of getting in the way.
I mean, Mr. Bear would love for you to be in melee contact with him. Come on.
Or actually, like Misty Step here.
Oh, wait,
and-
no, what am I?
and
What am I?
temporarily share with Gaius.
What am I doing? I'm just gonna Misty Step here,
Okay.
and then I will use my move to move back up in range and whack the druid.
All right.
Yeah.
Just as the vines recede into the ground, you step right back in there, like "damn you!" as they retreat to the ground.
Unfortunately, that was my bonus action, so I can't smite. I can't turn him into a fence post. So just a whack.
I mean, you chugged a potion too.
Oh, that was a bonus action.
Yes.
So I actually can't
Yeah,
attack. Okay.
you used an action and a bonus action.
At least I'm not restrained anymore.
It's true. Darn.
Oh. Wow. Yeah, that was faster than I expected.
Oh wait, hold
Right.
on. No, sorry, I forgot the bears. Skip past the bears. Thank you for reminding me. Still things. By claw on you. Holy shit.
Fucking hell. Could you stop, though?
No.
Jesus
And these
Christ.
are magical because they're ghosts. This bear is gonna bite Nahia, I suppose.
Yeah,
Bark,
alright.
bark. And then, yeah, it's a
22
3-bear
actually hits.
gangbang on Ursula.
Are you sure 22 hits? I
Hits
thought
me?
you had 21 normally.
Nope, just 20.
No, I normally have 20.
Oh,
2, 3.
rip.
1, 2, 3 on Ursula. Were you recklessing Ursula?
Yes.
Nice.
No, actually, I wasn't.
Oh, wow. My crit. Okay. Well, you get 18, 22, 20, 19, 25, 12.
So, 20 and up.
All right. Well, you figure out that. Oh, also, actually. 1 second. Do. Yeah, that's good. The bears are going to start healing.
Oh my god, they can fucking heal.
Moon druids.
Yeah, that's a thing they can actually do. So, 6, 5, and 6. So, 12, 17.
All right, now Tarn.
Alright. Yeah, I was saving this, but I think I need to use it now. Bonus action, Potion of Invulnerability.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. Now, I just have to hope my first attack does enough on the Dispel roll to break the wolf out.
It doesn't. You can't dispel wild shape.
Oh, does a 13 hit?
A 13 does not hit. The other two, however, do.
Damn. Oh, 67 damage.
Nice. The wolf is grievously injured, but still hanging on. Anything else?
Mm, um, Oh, yes, I am going to do a flappy. Not leaving their threat, just flying over them.
Makes sense.
Let's see. From what I've seen of the bears, they don't have reach, do they?
No, bears generally do not have reach. Yeah, they're all 5-footers.
You know,
Hmm.
actually, I think I can risk an OP from the bear, so I would instead just flap over Wolf. He may make his OP.
All right, that was a good risk.
Although, actually, question: in this square, would I count as within the second circle of stones?
You're in the second circle, yeah.
Okay. Here, would this be like?
Yeah, you're still in it. Oh no, you're not. You're fine. Aha.
Was like, it's right at the edge.
Yeah, you are. You're just skirting the edge there.
All right, now that's me.
Okay, Blep.
Tree, how dare thee! Nyeh.
All right, Blep. I need you to miss like 3 times. Oh no. Okay, you can just kill it in your first hit. That too. That's fine. Bonk.
Stop it. Bad nature. Man, my friends sitting here fighting. What? Jesus Christ! I just looked over to Hedrah.
It's just a bear gangbang.
I almost feel kind of bad for just attacking this one spectral wolf, but if I don't, they'll just attack the squishies. I'm still on squishy protect duty.
Yeah, this
We
wolf is absolutely going to
appreciate
go
it.
and just
Super appreciate.
dick wolf Tassiel. Well,
Look, I'm trying to protect the waifus.
it's an important task because no one else is doing
All
it.
right. Let's just spend the other 4 attacks on this one. 1, 2, 3, and a 4.
All right, the double 12 misses, but the rest are hits. That's what.
God damn, that certainly was a double 12.
Yep.
God damn, those damage rolls. No one.
Bonk bonk.
Eh,
All right,
not the best showing, but it was something.
Ursula.
Well, let's see if they can enjoy being poisoned.
I mean, probably not.
Well, let's start with, this time I will rip this
Okay.
to be the tempting offer for him. So let's go from south to north.
Sure thing. Bonk.
And north.
Oh, whatever. All right. Con saves. North bear. South bear. All right. North bear is also poisoned now. Uh-oh. That's not ideal at all. Anything else?
Yeah, as a bonus action, I'll just drink a potion.
Fair enough. All right. Lay your phase, lay your phase. Nahia, Hashat, and Gaius. With saves, please.
Oh, sure. I love with saves. Oh my god, thank
did it.
fuck. Finally.
That's a con save, August.
Oh, and the number on con save is better, so a lot better.
Okay.
Is this entire
Yes,
fight
thank-
designed to cuck me specifically?
Hey, look over here. Who the buster hasn't done anything all fucking fight, okay?
That's entirely on
It is
you.
my fault, yes. But like,
Nahia's
wow,
just
it
been
really
sitting there
did not
making it
pay off.
worse every turn. It's great.
Yeah.
All right, speaking of which, Nahia.
You're not restrained anymore.
That's true. It has been a layer phase, so no more strain.
God, the choices. I'm tempted to run a through.
That is a thing you could do, yes.
Is it a thing you can do? Or is it a thing you will spend the next, 3 turns doing because hit points?
Well, I'll take one swing and see how good that it
the
gets.
enemy, that thing, that guy, that undead is unconscious. It's
Yep.
free coup de grace.
It's true. Every
Not
hit
okay.
will be a crit.
Every hit's a crit, and you can smite the shit out of her.
This will be the saddest thing ever
Alright.
if you missed. Oh,
50.
no, okay,
Does
it's fine.
15. Yep, okay. Alright, so
So-
it's actually a crit, and I also I maxed those 2 dice there. So let's just throw another 3d8. Okay, and then
So
I'm just gonna hit the smite button
36.
twice.
An extra 50. Nice.
Boop. All right, you drive.
Did you forget?
Oh, I forgot the 7. Yes, you're right.
Oh.
Yes, 93.
Yep. You drive your sword down into the wight's chest, and her eyes snap open. She looks up at you, and her hand closes around the sword at her side.
And then I twist the blade for attack number 2.
All right, hold on. She ain't unconscious anymore. Let me go dig her stats out real quick.
Now it's a bad idea.
I know.
It's not a bad idea yet, air quotes.
It was a bad idea this whole time.
Oh, yeah, sure. Whatever. Just hit her again.
Okay. That certainly does hit. For another 18.
And another smite.
She hisses, clutching at her chest as you drive this lightsaber in. Who are you? Why do you disturb my slumber?
Your slumber comes at the cost of lost souls.
They were already dead.
It was not fair to keep them here. You have been selfish, lady.
I will show you selfish then.
Already have.
Passy.
Oh, good. That thing, those awakened trees are gone. Okay.
Yep.
That's great. Tassie, what can you do? I don't have a flame strike anymore. I mean, I could just drop another fireball. That sounds like a good idea. Yeah, she will drop a fireball
Okay, where at?
right there,
Where is there? Oh, okay.
behind the boss.
I mean, that makes a certain kind of sense, yes. All right, go ahead and roll it. Let's see, are you resistant to any of this? Nope. All right, so dex save her.
And then Tassie's going to drink a potion.
And from the bear. Bear. All right. The Archdruid just heaves a big sigh. They are so close. All right. He's gonna drop another call lightning. I guess. Should he though? No. You know what? Let's wither and bloom Nahia. I think
Okay.
that's a good idea. All right, he's going to drop a 5th level spell on this. So, actually, since it's a 10-foot area of effect, radius, he will get multiple of you. Is it enemy only though? That's a question.
Enemy damage
Okay.
only.
Excellent. Then he will basically drop it on his head to get all of you nerds.
Okay.
It's called lightning, isn't it?
No, he's
No,
casting Wither
Wither
and
and Bloom.
Bloom. He's gonna
Oh,
sacrifice a turn of Call Lightning to get this up. So 9 base, and then also 3, 4, 5, another 3d6. So 19 necrotic damage if you fail your save. Yeah, doesn't hurt you, Nahia, but it does hurt Hashat and Gaius.
At least I have a chance to pass this one. I don't, but I had a chance.
Nope. All right, 19, and then she gets to spend 5 hit dice. Eight, and then roll to spellcasting ability modifier. Nice. Which is 5, I believe. Yes.
Oh, she does not get the con on it.
Oh, does
I'm
she
pretty
not?
sure.
Okay.
No.
Hit points equal to the roll.
Plus spellcasting ability modifier.
Yep.
I mean, you.
And does she not get his bonus to each hit die then? I would assume so.
The damage or the number of hit dice that can be spent and added to the healing roll goes up. It is inefficient to upcast this spell. This is why I was more than happy to
Yes.
let you cast that. It's very inefficient to do so.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
you are right,
yes,
because
that's right there.
yeah, and as well on short rest, it does specify you roll the die and add the Constitution modifier to it, so it's not always added.
Okay. So she will still get some healing though. It's enough to put her back into 3 digits. The druid will give her a slight, uncomfortable nod, gritting his teeth all the while. And then let's see. What is full action? So I think that's about all he's gonna be able to do. You have not given him any death blight this encounter. It's very rude. All right, the wight herself.
Does she get a go this turn?
Yeah, you just woke her ass up. So she's going to leap up, grab her sword, and blast you 3 times.
Okay.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3.
Nope. Oh, yeah, no, yes, no.
Okay. And of course, you don't take the necrotic damage. She, again, looks at you, snarling. That's not fair.
What you've done isn't fair. Now, please, come down from there.
Lady, nothing about
time
this
for you
entire
to go
situation
home.
is fair.
She looks at you, Nahia, and just glares. What's safe, please?
Cool. That's really irritating.
And once you are sufficiently frightened, she's going to move.
Alright, let's take a fucking swing at him.
2, 3, 4, 5. Actually,
Oh,
yeah, he's gonna come back here. All right. Boop.
grab
No
it,
thanks.
I fucking dare you.
No, she sees the opportunity and then goes, "Wait, no." Yeah, she's gonna leap backwards. And let's see. That is yeah, she's kept up. As far as she'll
Should I
get.
hit with that?
Who's she hitting?
Shooting at that boss.
Which
White
boss?
lady.
White.
White lady.
That will in fact hit. She has AC bad.
Ooh.
However, she does not seem to take much damage from that. Ow.
Oh, that was a real sad roll.
Well, she does take full damage from that. Boom. Wolf time. Alright.
Just need to sit her down.
Well, having seen that happen, open the druid sheet. How many blights you got left in the tank, buddy? Oh, yeah, some. Alright, so let's have one wolf next to Blep cast Blight on Jeanette, because that was rude as fuck.
Ah, Jeanette goes down.
And the other wolf will cast Blight on Tarnavak.
Really?
Yeah. And he'll try.
Oh, it would be a successful blight. However, I am a fighter. So,
Was it indomitable? Yeah.
Hell yeah. There you go.
Sick.
right, and it's say for half, right?
I believe so. Let me boop.
10 damage in
half,
total.
half on a success.
Yep.
Wolf just looks so disappointed.
I would be disappointed too.
Alright. The guy is just gonna fucking stand up. Or actually, he's not prone, he's just weakened. Fuck you,
Anything
bitch.
you can do about the whites back there?
5, 6. He's gonna try. The druid does not have Warcast or anything, so he can't actually oppy with his his melee cantrip. He will, however, make a punch. No. Alright.
Fuck.
August is going to take the opportunity to pull his hood down now.
Show off his winterness. Or his Augustness.
Yep.
Yeah, he fought before, remember?
Yep.
Alright, Celusa. We've got some unfinished business, you and I. He's going to raise his blade and drop a flame strike on her. Boop.
Good taste. Good taste.
DC is shit though.
Yeah. It's not the best DC. He is not super charismatic, but also she's not super dexterous. So yep. She does in
No, I
fact
meant
fail.
the fact that he had a I meant the fact that he has a -5.
Oh, that's right. He
to
does have a
his DC.
-5 on his spell to save DCs.
But
But
that puts him at
it's
the
still,
max.
yeah, it's still fucking
fails.
worse.
Yeah.
She screams in rage and pain as the flame strike hammers down on her. And then action surge? Action surge.
Action surge sounds good.
Can you get me over there?
What the fuck do you want me to do about that?
Never mind.
You'd asked a second earlier, I could have dimension doored you.
Oh well.
So no. Instead,
Does he
Moonbeam.
have another spell slot?
He doesn't need one. He has Moonbeam once a day
Nice.
for free. Bzzzt. All right, and that is a con save from her. All right, that's a bit better.
She has to beat a 9.
Well, she gets a 9. So she'll only take 6. And let me go grab a Moonbeam Jam.
Moonbeam Chan!
It's a 5-foot aura. Boop. Let's make that a square, because that's how 5e works. Alright. She hisses in pain as these 2 spells just slam down on her.
Could you set it so players can see the aura?
Yes, I can. Maybe. Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Alright, leave the bitch to me. I've been waiting for this for a long, long time. Hashat.
Would hate to leave such a matter unfinished.
I mean, I was going to make her a non-issue. I had just finally realized something I can do despite being sandbagged to hell. But I guess if August wants to fight the wight, I guess.
No.
Agree to
No.
this. I want to sit her down and take her to the Morrigan's Rest. I'm not done with this matter.
Yeah, don't worry, Nahia. I'll get
I
her.
have the perfect fear cure. Cocaine!
Well, Hashat.
Yeah.
God, how many bumps of that do I have left? I think I'm down to 2. Oh God, I had so many. I gave them all away for
What's that? Do you
diplomatic
need some
reasons.
I use my
do you need
cocaine
some
for
bumps, I
diplomacy.
guess?
It is. Yeah, I'm down to my last 2 cocaines. I bought like 10 and I've used them all on diplomacy checks across the course of the game.
Alright, well, in the meantime, Hashat, what do?
Well, I was going to drink a haste potion, run over to Tarnavak, dimension door him right behind the boss, so that he can no hard feelings.
No.
No hard feelings, the boss.
Yeah, not into the Moonbeam chat though.
Yeah.
But
And here I was thinking about, like, just doing an orbital drop on her head. Your way is much less painful.
Less obvious
Right?
for you.
I think that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. Also, let's face it, August has an actually pretty bad track record for handling a situation, especially after dropping a cool line.
Yeah. And
I will.
Look, he
you know
has an
what?
undead slaying sword that's almost as cool as yours. I'm sure he'd be fine.
quite frankly, she wins the
Yes,
foot race.
okay, I will just stop people there and remind him he has the nickname August Butterfinger.
It's
That-
true.
That is why he has 3 swords.
3 swords. He's not going to drop all of them.
He can't in one turn. He
Possibly
only
drop
has 2
all 3
attacks.
swords.
Yeah, and as well, she has enough of a lead and probably has more spells in the bank. She gets
Yes.
away if she tries to run.
I am going to look at Nahia and shake my head and just mutter to myself, this has all gone so wrong. But I'm going to be pragmatic. I'm going to be pragmatic about this. I'm going to drink my potion as a bonus action. The Archdruid can make a opportunity attack.
He's already used his reaction punching
Oh, yeah,
August.
And I will put my hand on Tarnavak's back. Enough playing with the dogs, I think. And dimension door.
Right here, or
Yeah, that seems like a good spot. I feel like some kind of carriage service.
thank you, Hashat.
Ball's in your court now. Use that nice empowered sword of yours.
Hedrah, do you know off the top of your head if it's an action or a bonus action to end wild shape for a moon druid? I have to go look it up.
Bonus action for moon druids.
Okay. Well, all of the druids are going to end their wild shapes. So let me grab a little token here. So pop. Pop. I guess we can see we need to use all of them first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's gonna come up here and cast Blight on Tarnavak. Boop. Ooh.
Uh, 10.
Yep.
All right. This other druids. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come up here. Actually, I guess 6 here. Cast Blight on Tarnavak.
Which druid? This druid that moved.
Yeah, she's gonna go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh,
Yeah,
one
she has
square
attack of
left.
opportunity.
Why? She's never left your reach.
She dropped herself out of your reach by becoming a smaller creature.
See, if he was here and then moved up, she leaves.
No, she would be here. Oh, you have a 10-foot
What's your-
reach?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, I got me chain.
Right, the chain. All right, carry on. Yeah, do it.
I don't
Okay,
think it helps because it's a 60-foot range.
But it's still a crit to a fucking face.
Do you have advantage?
I've been recklessing.
That I don't think that applies off your turn. Let's look real quick.
I think we checked and it's only on your turn. The negative applies, but the bonus is
During
only
this
on your
turn,
own
but
turn.
yep, nope. You do not get advantage from Reckless.
Ah, then.
So she
What's
misses.
the AC?
All right, another blight. Zap.
Shit.
Jesus. Oh, this is
I'm sorry.
All right, so that's 11.
All right, the third druid. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's come around here.
It's
Try
a
and
little
body block.
This is a little horse shit.
They have to pull out all the stops to protect.
I think it's more that they all go on the same turn and they're all like 11th level druids.
Yeah, they're pretty ripped.
Yeah. Oh, I am still up.
God damn. The
Shit.
other two have the fucking mage bane, so they.
They can't.
Yeah, they gotta just keep mauling Ursula. Unfortunately.
Oh my god.
Holy
Oh no. Oh god!
No, and get fucked.
Two of the bears just.
Mage
Both bears
bane.
just fall over. I'm done. No. Wight's gonna look at these druids just throwing the most powerful blight magic they have at you, and you just grit your teeth and push through it. She brings her sword up to a guard, and a beat pauses. He lowers it a moment. All these playthings. I'm not ready yet. Please. Still haven't felt what it feels like.
Can you release them?
She nods slowly.
Then I will sheath my sword. Let them go. This doesn't have to end like this. You feel regret for what you've done? What for suffering you wrought?
She nods. I regret many things. All of this was a mistake. I learned that lesson long ago. Still, I'm not ready to give it up yet.
Offer her a hand. And release them. End your curse here. We can help you find someone who would love you and who you will love. Someone who can end undeath with you, and then let this go on. Let you have a life with them and then go to the gods. Better, wholer person.
The wight nods slowly, then she will drop her sword to the ground, let it clatter off the stones, and as she releases her grip, is a collective gasp from the druids, and they begin to turn to smoke.
Look to the druid.
Archdruid.
See you on the other side.
He puts one heavy hand on your shoulder, gives you a nod, and then turns to mist.
That's not how I expected this to go, but I suppose it worked out.
And I will use my action to just pull her out of the moonbeam, assuming she takes hand.
Yes, she does. Get, I guess, flung off the hop down.
Not flung. We'll be gentle about it.
Blep.
Oh,
You see murderous intent in August's eyes. Duckles, what would you like to do?
DTR is silenced. Literally,
He's
Stefan.
gotten a phone call.
Ah,
He said in Discord.
Oh,
I see. All right, Ursula, you too see the rage and murder in Augie's eyes.
move up and put a hand on his chest, say no.
Ready.
No, I will literally just actually hold on to him and say, no, you listen to me now. You help me. We help you.
Make
We have helped each other.
a persuade or intimidate check.
Both are equally as bad.
You
Would
will
you
have
like me to
advantage
give you
since you
assistance?
certainly have a close
One of us-
relationship with August. Or you could give advantage
Yeah.
to Nahia, your choice.
Yeah, so I can give it. If I can do it for Nahia, she's better at the talkie talk than I am.
Yeah.
Sure. Do not worry, August. We gave you your second chance and you found new life, admittedly. This one is selfish, but not vengeful. There's yet another curse to be unveiled, I suppose. We'll walk around and to the odd slap a hand on the back. She will find peace soon, and be out of your hair either way. And just think about how smug you'll get to be the entire time. 27.
I mean, that part.
That's really
being
persuasive,
smug,
Arch.
That does sound. That is pretty persuasive to hit, to specifically August.
Yeah, that doesn't just like crit. He will grit his teeth for a moment, God damn it. Slowly deactivate the sword and with it the moonbeam.
We're such buzzkills.
It's hard being the good guys, isn't it?
Scoop up my Jeanette and give it.
Is this how you assholes feel all the time?
It's a bit of a kick in the teeth every time, yeah, sure, but that's unfortunately what it means to have morals.
I hate this.
Yes.
Yeah, I
And
know, right?
I know. That's why I almost threw an axe at. Well, I almost hit Nahia in the head with an axe. So I understand the anger.
Yeah, she's gonna heal a shot a bit.
Fine, whatever. Do your fucking hero thing. Click his sword back onto his belt.
Looks at him.
Yeah, I'm out of spell
I
slots,
whisper
but
to him.
from you... Botan...
I will just whisper.
It's fine.
Yeah, I whisper
I mean,
to
she's going to go to her wife first, but then she will heal Tarnavak.
Yeah, I will whisper to August.
That's
so
the
that
wrong.
out of earshot of everyone else. Not not your, like, and I tap him on him, our hero thing.
He just groans in frustration and lays back against the side of the ziggurat, laces his fingers behind his head, closes his eyes. Also, thank Nahia for me.
Yeah.
That clap on the back got something out of my spine. Fucking hell, that hurt.
Yeah. No worries. Take a rest, I'll keep watch.
Oh no, as he cracked his back and he's going to start getting LSD flashbacks.
Yeah, no, you just undid a knot that's been in his back for like 2 days.
Nice.
With August diffused for the moment, the white woman will glance between the lot of you. So, a Minotaurus, a dragon, salamander, weird elf, August, a bear and a cat? What even are half of you?
Hey, Tassie here is not a weird elf. She is a beautiful elf. A gorgeous elf.
She is an elf who is descended from those who took shelter underground.
She has my
After.
pallor.
Oh. Yes. That's not a downside to most people.
Hassie will harum. Don't look like a corpse.
I
You
miss.
do not look like a corpse, honey.
We managed to talk down August from going on a murder spree by reminding him that he is also a good guy in the end.
Yeah, he got the redemption treatment. Now he just watched it. Now he had to watch from our perspective. Like, but we're enemies. I'm like, yeah, it sucks,
This is
doesn't it?
how that
It
feels.
fucking,
This
it
is
fucking
terrible.
sucks, doesn't it, dude?
How do you people do this every day?
It's a terrible feeling.
I mean, you certainly have the vitality of a living, Tassie, but...
Sorry, I had to go to the bathroom, but I was having through my speakers so I could hear that. I just want to say to the universe, I am personally insulted that I had a phone call when that happened, so I missed it. I missed August whining he couldn't go and kill people.
Yeah.
Watch for VOD. It's...
Oh, I wanted it fresh and live, but you're right, I'll just watch the VOD.
So, are you actually cursed? Like this whole true love's kiss thing?
She is undead.
Yes. Curses do weird things. Curses are powerful. Don't fuck with curses.
No,
I-
that is the curse, Hashat.
Oh.
I did
Yeah,
much
undeath is the Druid's
research
curse.
before I put myself to sleep. I discovered that long ago, a vampire had revived himself from the state of death with true love's kiss. But I have never had someone I cared for like
Just
that.
Norks. Like,
Don't
would
laugh.
actually just
It's
loudly
true.
No. We actually
No.
do know that's quite true. You
Yes.
see, August here spent a very long time under the guise of one who would be known as Lord Winter, bane of all elf kind, slaughterer of dwarves, ender of humanity, etc., etc. Terrifying vampire lord. Right up until we rescued the failed and captured soul of his past fiancée and was turned human or mortal by true love's kiss. We've actually seen it work. It is true. Not falsehood. Not a tale to be told or a story to be hushed and whispered about and wondered, oh, wouldn't it be sweet if? It does work. But the unfortunate matter is that you don't just wait for the kiss to come to you. It's not how you live life at all, even if
I
you
don't
are
want to
unliving.
live life. I've lived too long. Can't you see that's the problem here? Everything's just
Of course.
decay and rot.
Indeed. But sitting here and leaving yourself in repose and waiting, hoping that someone would kiss you to bring into life, that's not how it's done, I'm afraid. It's something you. Love is, in and of itself, a greedy, needy thing. It is wonderful and beautiful, but it does not sit there and wait to be picked up.
It's both the most fragile thing in the world, but also the strongest. It goes beyond even the gods, and even death.
I suppose a question we should ask. Celusa, what do you want to come from this? Do you want to have a second chance at a temporary and mortal life where you can experience new things? Or do you just want to be done with this?
I don't know, honestly. I just wanted to know what it felt like at least once.
The afterlife is not the end of that. If you would wish it. I suppose I could take you to the dream to see. Now there's a thought.
I don't want to go on to the dream. I've existed far longer than anyone should. Thousands of years of this. When I die, I just want blackness, nothingness, an end to consciousness.
You want oblivion?
Why?
Wouldn't you, after living so long, after having done everything, seen everything except what really matters, having realized life eternal is just all hollow torture?
But you could have what really matters. You could. Loving someone, being with someone, that makes all of the simple, tedious things, all of things you might grow tired of, that changes them. That makes them worth doing. It makes them pleasant to do as long as you are doing them with them. As long as you are doing them for them. As you are making the one who makes your heart soar happy through doing it.
My goodness, Tarnavak.
It's always the little things. It's the little things you do together, like you said, indeed. Everything is for us that's immortal. Everything is fleeting. We're gonna lose it in the end, but so what? That's the thing. You do your thing, it goes away, and then you start again. When you have someone you love, you can always take that step again. You can always do things again until you hold each other to the very end.
Indeed. I have always hated the argument, the idea that eternity is torture. It is a complaint that can only be made by someone with the privilege of choice, but simply the unwillingness to make that choice. You're not bound here. You could do anything, but you chose to sit here. And
I
that is
am
the only
bound
part that
here. We
bothers me.
all are.
Nonsense.
And who are
That you
you to
sit here
speak of
only means that you
immortality?
gave up.
What are you, 30?
uh, Unfortunately, younger than that, but it has already been deemed that I will live for a long time.
Yes,
I'm gonna
Assuming
do it.
you'll
What do
be
I know about it?
destroyed.
I thought
At the same
immortality
time,
was a great boon once too. Then I lived it.
no, you, from the sounds of it, lived it for a while, and then you let immortality wear you like a glove.
Perhaps.
It sounds to me like you gave up, and there's certainly a lot of things to hope for.
Yes, that's true. I gave up a long time ago.
Well, perhaps it's time to try again if you have been sat here waiting so long. Our world has changed without you.
The only thing that we would have to ask of you, help undo, or at least help make better the things that you and your sisters did. Those who don't want this eternity, help us save them from it. And if you do that, we will do what we can to help you find love and find a purpose and a hope and a meaning in your life. And if after that you still want oblivion, we'll help you to that as well. Even if I believe... No, I know you deserve better.
I know what I deserve. And that is the guillotine. But I will help you if you will help me. I have no love for my sisters anymore. They wallow in this curse like pigs in a sty. I'll help you put them out of their misery.
And we shall break it, and if you are willing to try and go out to... and open yourself again to hope. We'll do what we can to show you what love is.
I leave my fate in your hands. For now, at least. I'm sorry, I haven't even gotten most of your names yet. Aside from Sir Autumnstar there.
Nahia Losstaker. I'm chosen of the Morrigan. This is my wonderful acolyte Jeanette.
Morganite's okay with this. Really.
I have already said I have nothing but love for the dead. I wish them all peace. I think that it is a shame that you would choose oblivion over peace.
Nahia is a bit of a heretic, but she is Morgan's champion.
She can't be a heretic when she's the one forming the modern doctrine.
No, I'm already aware that I'm, even when I am finished, recidivist at heart. There will still be classic doctrine. I've been thinking of breaking it up into twin testaments.
Are you gonna nail the fucking castmaster of fucking door? Is that what you
I
say?
don't know. I have no idea what that would indicate.
I'm sorry for life events. I don't want to get on stream.
Yeah, I know. Don't worry. I'm also cringed through saying that out loud with my very religious mother.
I am going to leave right now.
Oh, okay.
I will explain after stream.
Okay, dude.
All right. Talk to you guys later.
Darn.
Uh-oh.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. I am certainly very outlandish and out there, but we've brought a lot of peace to the dead that hasn't actually involved destroying them. And make no mistake, before the pale talon plunged through your breast, there were attempts of other kinds.
She puts her fingers to her lips for a moment. Nahi, do you wear lipstick?
Yes.
Yes, it comes away slightly, like, dark-stained. Well, at least you tried.
Of course.
Well, that's one off the list of possibilities.
All right. It's all right. Excuse me.
Well, the rest of us have barely known you, so...
Hashat is going to look down at the Celusa. She's going to give a sweep of her cape and kneel before the lady. She will reach out and gently take this woman's hand and gentlemanly will kiss her fingers. I am Hashat, and I am a lover of all elves, big and small,
Oh god, an elf
past and
fetishist.
present. Please do not. I feel nothing in my heart and soul but everlasting love for elves.
The last person who said that to me had drawings of my feet in his pack.
I would never dream to do something so untoward.
Better onto Jeanette feet.
Jeanette is trying
guess
really
Though
hard not to laugh.
Though I am sure your feet are lovely.
Jeanette fails trying not to laugh.
I think you're torpedoing yourself. Or I think you're just digging yourself deeper, Hashat.
Well,
The anachronism of the torpedo. We probably only know of the spam torpedo in this situation.
you are trying to make fun of me, but I am entirely serious.
You do have a lot of poetry.
It may be terrible, but it does come from my heart. And it is sincere.
And wonderful pickup
You
line.
know, you could do your full title as well, Hashat. You
Yeah,
know,
and then
just
go with an
Hashat.
icebreaker.
Very well. I am Hashat, Lord of Igniferus, and scion of the ancient primordial Saracena. And if you would look for a second chance,
Steward of
perhaps.
Dalminotha.
Yes. If you are willing to try a second chance, then I would be more than happy to
Oh,
try
fidgeting.
with you. I'm sorry. I can't walk around, so
You get you one of them fidget boxes.
Celusa will sigh deeply. I suppose I am willing to try anything at this point.
Might I suggest, given the nature of these things, while Hashat you hold love in yourself for all elves, would be better get to know her a bit first.
of course.
Let the love of one grow.
I have no intention of imposing myself and forcing anything.
I wouldn't know the first thing about it, but one of you, I'm sure, must be able to do something for me. They're men and women, and all of you are quite attractive and heroic. Honestly, I don't even know what I like.
Well, let's take this one step at a time.
I believe the rest of us had yet to give our introductions, actually.
Ursula Stonesinger, Lady of Avara, Knight of Pergolid, the Bear, and apparently the Breaker of Swords with my head.
That is a mighty epitaph.
It was. He hit me over the head with a sword and it just bent.
She nods slowly.
But I think nothing. I like to sculpt and carve stuff. That's pretty much it. And try to protect these nutcases here.
There is one other thing that we do have a knack for.
That's
Slurp.
Oh yeah, everyone.
Oh, Tan. I mean, to be fair, Tan got blasted within an inch of his life. Ursula expected better.
Yeah, but
Oh, is it that time of day?
Yeah, it's that
Yeah,
time.
it's flexing.
You know what? That Makes sense. If ever there were a time to save face, it's flexing off with the ladies.
Everyone just come on, Hashat.
Yeah, okay.
Is there actually guidance on that?
I just have it on all of the time
Yeah,
because I'm
because,
always getting it. So
Is it actually being applied here? Is my question, because I was going to rank people.
yes.
There's magical sheen, like a
Question
little
mark?
a little glisten. The Moo Crown seems like she would be down for making your muscles pop. Just
She got two
fucking
5s. I got 2 9s.
I just like
What
fucking
happened?
irresponsibly Mr. Universe on all of you.
Yes, remember you're also Valkyried a little bit.
No,
you're
no,
not just-
I let the goth go, so now I'm like a glorious golden bimbo.
How do you even have a plus 13?
I'm just so fucking strong.
I
Also,
mean,
expertise
Yeah.
and a magical gear that also means I always roll it with advantage.
oh, I don't have expertise on athletics yet. Okay.
Yeah, the Minotaur armor,
It's
remember?
that. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
although I turned
right.
the Minotaur armor into the Dragon Corset armor so that I would stop smelling musky.
Yeah.
And I am Tarnavak the Unbreakable, first of House Dracul, Knight of Pergoleth, and rebel and traitor to my own people.
What is a pergolith, anyway?
A city not over far from this valley, little ways to the northwest, I believe. In the years that you have been sleeping, it was the last holdout of free folk, while the hobgoblins enslaved so much of the world.
See, I'd heard something about a great invasion.
Aye. That might have been one of them. Might I ask how long you have slept?
That depends on what year it is now, I suppose. Do you still use the Augustan calendar? She glances at August.
I believe we don't, right, Savin?
No, you absolutely do.
We do. 'Tis... And I'll say the current year.
1399 now. I double check. It's that 98. Yeah,
I thought...
it's 99, baby.
Aye.
Soon the turn of
1399
a
in the
century.
Augustian calendar.
I have not slept as long as I might have thought, then. Only about 200 years.
Aye. And it was the coming of my people you would have heard of.
Right. I take it you lost, then?
I wish we had just lost. No. Every settlement that is known paid homage to the Hobgoblin Emperor, save Pergolith and one dwarven hold. Pergolith led a great rebellion and freed this continent, broke the siege upon the last of the dwarves, and had sent the hobgoblins back across the sea. Oh, many of my people, the leadership among them, insist such is only a temporary matter, and we will return with grand legions and triumph anew.
Yes, that is what the Lords of Valen said when they abandoned this valley. I understand they're all dead now.
I do not believe it would be a success. More, I think it would be wicked even to attempt it. So I raise my flag in rebellion, and that will soon set sail to cross blades with those who seek to renew our imperial ambitions.
Well, that is mighty brave. Perhaps foolish, if the Empire is as big as I am led to believe, but very brave.
It is large, but it sits upon a throne of glass. Pergolith's rebellion, the freedom of Aruna, it was a mighty crack. One more solid strike will shatter all that it once was. And then it might be set to good.
Well, I wish you luck in that endeavor. Though I doubt I will live to see it. Or at least I hope not.
We shall see.
She will take a step out for a moment, look around the ruined circle, run her hands across the ziggurat. Well, if I am to return to the waking world, then we should leave this place. There are lingering spirits here that are not my friends any longer. Scaff, you're talking, you're muted.
Oh, apologies. Yeah, I'm gonna walk up to the ziggurat and run the altar through with the pale talon. Just leave it open. Shunk slice.
Glances down at it for a moment. Faint twitch of a smile appears on her lips. Well, I'm glad you did wake me up. It seems someone's dispelled my glyphs. Would have rotted away into a skeleton before long.
Quirk a brow. It would have been harder to get your kiss.
Yes, yes, that is the point of this. But I suppose there's no point in it now that I'm awake. She will take up her own sword, run her hands across it to coat with a black necrotic magic, and she will join you in just cleaving this thing in twain. Swing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Shall stand and say a prayer for those departed. Wish them peace and freedom in the Morrigan's arms. I'll join a little pray.
Ursula, you catch August just like barely restraining himself from tripping Celusa as she walks by.
Just look at it. It's like, I know this. And then just whispered, I know the feeling.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, I'm gonna take a leak. August will saunter off as the
Yeah,
prayers begin.
yeah, I will keep a watch at a distance, even in privacy, but
he's gonna stand behind the stone. That's creepy.
yeah, I get. No, I'm keeping not watch. Like, I'm not looking at him, I'm just keeping watch around. You know, piss watch. Goddamn.
Coming at me like a yellow cable.
No, it's not really uncommon because I'm a military, but like, shit, I need to piss. If you watch, yeah,
Oh yeah, it makes sense,
keep
but
watch.
also we did just get finished with the elf fetishist talk.
Yeah, everyone else, the goddamn elf fetish. Ursula is just friendly to a degree.
Oi!
Correcting myself, the majority are elf fetishists in some way, shape, or form.
Actually, no, still not, because, like, Blep is just a combat fetishist. And I don't think Nahia is particularly elf fetishy. She's just really
No.
trying to help.
Yeah, no, I just have a big old fucking heart.
That is until you see all the chocolate skinned elf princesses down in the.
I mean, look, she absolutely just admires a beautiful individual when they are beautiful. She's certainly just gay as beans, but at the same time, is a romantophile at the end of the day. Certainly has to be some kind
Okay,
of
so it's
emotional
just
connection to
Hashat
get
then.
there. Yeah, she's really the only alphaphile.
Pretty much. So, Nahia, when you finish your prayers, the last of the stones of the ziggurat crumble away to nothing. And you feel the pressure that had been surrounding this circle of stones begin to diminish, finally released from its imprisonment.
Finally, I was getting a tension headache. Suppose it's time we were off.
Yeah, got some things to do and places to go.
Oh, bless the raids that at Stormvale.
Well, luckily somebody's blessing with their own rain, but hopefully not against the stone itself. Yeah, I'm with Tarn. I'm like, I literally can't think more than like 2 minutes ahead.
Yeah, that makes sense. We will be calling it momentarily, however. As you guys are departing the druid's copse, you do not see
Wait,
Celusa
Druid
herself
cops.
there, but there is a very much alive-looking elf wearing her clothes and blade, sitting and waiting just a few yards away.
I see you have chosen your guys.
Yes, I can make myself look as if I were alive again and just a little bit different than I once was, so hopefully the servants of my sisters do not pick up on me.
They'll know soon enough. One of your sisters, the one that has claimed the queendom, she comes with each full moon. Is feeding you blood, at least according to the Archdruid's shade.
Celusa will glance skywards. Well, that gives us a couple of weeks at least, unless the moon's moved.
Shall we call you Lucy?
Sure.
I feel like other characters here. No, not loose. It's loose, so sissy.
Oh,
Like, wait,
terrible.
not, no, wait.
Awful.
No, that is
No,
what
I'm,
my
I'm
sister
thinking
calls
in
her boys'
Swedish. Like,
friends.
no, I was thinking in Swedish because sissy or kiki. Like, like what's it called?
Oh no, I get it, but at the same time, it doesn't carry any of those connotations outside of the language. It's just always sissy, which is just a
Okay.
mockery name.
Oh, what's that American name that is actually like derived from? Like, that's the full name is just William, but it's
Dick.
like shortened down to a very
Oh, sorry.
stupid name.
Yeah, Willie. Richard becomes Dick, of course, which is the other classic.
What did I fucking come
Yeah.
back to?
Just talking names.
Celusa has cast Alter Self on herself to, not look like a corpse,
Oh, okay.
and as the party's trying to pick out a name for her.
Celine.
Cecilia.
How about Selin? That's close enough.
Sure.
Sure.
Let me think of a song of Cecilia Lynn. It's a very romantic song.
I'll take your word for that.
With your new discount Elfu in tow, the party can depart the Standing Stone's now no longer home to a white princess.
One down, two to go.
Indeed.
The other two are more straightforward.
Well, one of them's going to be pretty straightforward. She's the queen in the castle. You don't really know much about this white princess yet.
Oh, isn't there like another one in the marsh?
So, your I guess roll intelligence. Let's see if you can glean what's happened here.
Oh, was that perhaps the queen passing through the marsh?
Yes.
To
Yep, you caught her on a full moon, going to feed her sister.
Okay.
So indeed, there is no princess in the marsh.
Could you, I guess, update the Death Knight to be like White Queen?
Sure. In fact, I'll just
That's 1, that's 2, and that's 3.
That's some pretty badass looking armor. Could you embigify it?
Yeah.
Some really
Oh, that's
badass
the
looking
medieval
armor.
spawn.
Looks like
Yeah, that is
it's
dark.
medieval
That
spawn.
is Night Spawn.
Yep.
Night Spawn. Still has a cape full of assault rifles there.
Yeah, that face coloring there is just snap right there in my brain.
And yeah, she will. Celusa can tell you that indeed the queen's name is Averine and the princess in the tower is Brenia. That's all three. So, plan for next time is to head to the Harpy Shrine, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Well then. In the meantime, XP. $144. All right. Did you explore an interesting location for the first time? Yes, Druid Cove. Did you discover an interesting truth about the world?
Not really. We knew
I
this
think
princess's deal.
Yeah, but we didn't know about like the Standing Stones being a druid circle and like
Oh,
it,
2 circles
especially
actually. Yeah,
being
good point. Yeah.
a conjoined circle.
Which
And
means
more
druids
like,
and Sav&D are pretty rare.
yeah, and as well, like as Marek passed on, it was like a mostly human inhabited one. That's a lot of new historical information.
Druid lore.
Yeah.
All right. Did you make a new ally? Yes, you did.
Uh-huh.
In fact, let me go grab her and slap her on the page.
I did not expect her to survive our encounter.
Me neither. Once you
Same.
woke her up anyway. I was like, oh well, goodbye NPC.
I think that was the first point it was possible for her to survive.
And here's the hilarious part that if Hashat hadn't brought Tarnavak to the princess, I could have brought her down to Nahia.
All right. So we're at 3. Did you advance or complete a quest? Yes, you have dealt with one of the white princesses. And did you discover a new page in a companion story?
Yeah, I didn't expect
Hashat
dealing with this wight to be something that would actually like fucking push guys over the edge or August over the edge.
Yeah, you learned that he still holds
Usually
a
he's been
murder grudge.
pretty blasé about it.
Well, he had the same reaction as Ursula had when Nahia came and asked.
Yeah. Again, like up until
So-
this point, every time he's like described the situation, it's been very matter of fact or incredibly blasé. So seeing it actually really stick in his fucking craw, I'd say stands out.
All right.
Yeah.
And that's 5 XP, everybody.
Dope.
Nice.
Oh, 540.
Yeah.
Cool.
And if you're watching on the stream or YouTube, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in a few days for 4E bastardization. Till then,
Woo!
adios and take care.